T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, welcome everybody. It is episode 3 of the Cold Hard Facts podcast. Just a little bit we got to bringing up for you. We've got a couple of segments coming up. We got some plugs coming up, some news coming up, and of course the topic of the night, the big booking of the WWE and rebranding into the Supercard for WrestleMania is what me and my co-host will be doing for you. Sorry, there I got a little tongue tied. If you did not catch it, let me go ahead and plug something real quick. The first episode of Hot Tag Wrestling with Mr. RYK just made its debut on the Revolution NWGP page and on the YouTube page. And of course, if you do not know, the YouTube page is Revolution NWGP. Make sure to go over and follow us and like and comment and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. That is great. We're also on TikTok, by the way. I try to post things on there that we don't usually post on the page. If you want to follow us also. Let's go ahead and bring on Mr. Steele. And everyone knows Mr. Trey also. Mr. Steele finally getting to join us back after his first appearance on the podcast. Me and Trey and Batsy had a pretty good podcast this last go around. We tore it up for like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
kind of goofing off and shit. It was actually pretty fun, man. I talked about boxing and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, just trying to get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, trying to get to know each other. Let's go ahead and talk about some plugs, guys. Mr. Steele or Mr. Trey, you got anything you'd like to plug that you got coming up?
I absolutely have nothing other than my page as usual, Elite Marks Fantasy Wrestling, and just the Elite Marks page where we talk about all kinds of things, everything wrestling related.
Everything wrestling related, Mr. Steele.
And of course, we can always plug the Revolution and WGP pages. We have a huge pay-per-view coming up on September 5th. Lots of huge matches. Every match has a special stipulation. Those are going to be very, very interesting.
Nice.
Yes, it is. It's where we actually took the power and put it back into the fans' hands. The fans actually got to vote on every stipulation, even championship matches.
I brought that up on that podcast. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
it's great, man. It's actually Patrick's idea. He actually, I think, stole it from the Taboo Tuesday thing that WWE used to.
Right. Yeah, it's a really cool
I remember
concept.
watching it back in the day.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. It was something different. I've not really seen no one do it, so I thought it was a great idea. Patrick's always coming up with these great pay-per-view ideas. You know, that's some people thinks he don't do much, but that's one of the things he does. Is he's the king of the pay-per-views.
That is why he messaged me. You know, I run it too, man. Come on, man. That's what he was telling me. He was like, it's not just Tommy, because I just said, what did I say? Something in the podcast like, yeah, Tommy runs a great show over there, a great page over there. And Patrick messaged me. He was like, hey, man, I run it too. I was like, well, originally I thought it was just Patrick. And I thought Patrick had corrected me and said it was just you. But I must have got my lines crossed. As both y'all run a great page over there. Very entertaining.
I'm definitely
while we're talking
more.
about Pat, we can't forget to send everybody over to see Pat to get yourself a beautiful mini.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Revolution titles, you can get them in the WGP titles. Pat can hook you up as well with full replicas if you want a larger belt.
Yeah, that belt that looks like that might fit my buddy Brody Rogers. He's pretty short. Might have to get him one.
Yeah, I will say that I'm probably more of my face is probably on screen way more than Patrick's. Patrick definitely, but it's not just me and Patrick. We have a whole team of guys that does.
Oh yeah,
that definitely does their part. It's definitely not just us two. So Still's part of the admin team. Still does his part. We got Mr. Matt Anarchy and others, back there that ass off, including
Everybody
RYK.
wants to see everybody come out here and look their absolutely best on screen, no matter what it is, no matter what we're doing. We all want the page and the brand and all of our associates and affiliates to look 100% professional and good out here. We want everybody to be hyped and entertained.
I think y'all succeed at that. Definitely.
We try, sir. We try. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into our first segment of the night. And I'll have a pretty good list of news here, guys. Now, bear with me. It is not in order, so we will be jumping in and out of many brands along this journey through this news that I wrote down. So the first piece of news that I have on here, it looks like Daniel Bryan has signed with the AEW. Big rumors that he will be showing up at All Out. That's going to be very, very awesome. Also, Adam Cole has dropped Twitch, which is not a great look because that is what WWE wanted him to do. But also, Adam Cole has also unfollowed all of WWE on his social media. So there's a good chance that I believe Adam Cole dropping Twitch has nothing to do with the fact that he has re-signed with WWE. It has to do with the fact that he is completely rebranding himself. That is what we are seeing here. And I predict that Adam Cole shows up in AEW very, very soon, along with Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. What do you guys think?
I agree completely. I mean, with Adam Cole, we've seen the Young Bucks. They use the BTE show and their Twitter to heavily influence kayfabe in order of what they're going to do. And they've been talking about how they made Adam Cole a ghost, and now they're going to bring him back to life. So I think that could be a very good hint that we may at least see him in some capacity on their show soon.
Yeah, I absolutely think Daniel Bryan is on his way. He's signed. Several hints have been dropped, of course, by CM Punk and his promo recently. And then, of course, the stuff on the shoes, the Adam Cole references, everything Josh just talked about. So, yeah, it's just a matter of time till we get these talents in here. I don't think it's confirmed that Bray has signed, but I assume that he's on his way to AEW. How does somebody like him fit into an AEW? With the powers and everything like that. How does that transfer into AEW? Do they book him right? Is what I'm saying. But yeah,
to sweeten the pot, let's not forget also WWE put Adam Cole's merchandise at a huge discount.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a perfect fit for him. I mean, he's got his girlfriend over there, and that's just that's his style.
I mean, we thought like a couple of years ago, we thought he was going to end up running over there because of Brett Baker being over there. So
right,
it never happened. Also up on next on the news, Chris Jericho seems to be retiring or leaving AEW as part-time for a while. He did say that if he could not be MJF, that he would leave AEW. This is probably due to some kind of tour, some kind of movie. Who freaking knows with Jericho? He probably just needs a break, honestly, to be honest with you. He's kind of old. He's been doing the whole Rock tour plus the wrestling thing for a long time. So how do you feel? Where do you see him going? I know he does part-time commentary. I seen a thing that said that AEW was trying to not really phase JR out, but they were trying to do a thing where it would make him more part-time-ish. But then I seen a thing where JR completely shut that down. So that turned out to be fake dirt sheet bullshit. So that's not true. So I figure that's where they were trying to push Jericho towards, but that might not be the case. Maybe he just needs a break.
Personally, I think Jericho should stick to more creative and go to a more behind-the-scenes role. I mean, he's a great creative mind, but he's not the best in-ring shape. And, I mean, his matches haven't really been that entertaining or putting anything over here as of late as far as telling a story for AEW.
I don't even see Jericho losing this match. I know that sounds shocking, but they do have a tour coming up. Possibly Jericho loses this or wins this match and then gets attacked at the end of the match by MJF's guys or a new guy showing up. Who knows? Or it could be a new guy screwing him over and him losing to MJF. And that gives him an excuse to come back. Like, you didn't beat me fair or whatever. I don't see he can have a good match if he's matched with the right guy right now. Jericho's still a great performer, but yeah, maybe it is about time to kind of wind it down and do more of a creative role. I think he's pretty good on commentary, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's entertaining on commentary. I mean, definitely better than JR, and for most part, better than Excalibur for me.
What happened to? Yeah, I've always thought Excalibur was overrated too, but I've got friends that are like, "Well, who's better?" And then I'm like, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
There are a lot of people that love Excalibur.
Yeah, there is. He got commentator of the year. He got commentator of the year in the Meltzer Awards or whatever. And then JR just seems so bitter all the time. If you really listen into what JR's talking about, it seems like he's just always so sour as hell, man. Have y'all ever noticed that too?
Yeah.
His podcast is really. And I'm a big JR fan too. I think he's one of the best of all time. But
I always just look at him. I always just look at him and Corny, kind of the same. They just come from a different time, so they don't respect pretty much nothing about today's product really because of the way it will never be the way they want it to be because of the internet and because people know the show and because people know the behind the scenes. It'll never be like it was back in the day for them, where you usually could almost get stabbed coming out of the arena because you had so much heel heat. Like it literally will never be like that again. It's never going.
And Jim says, or JR just says smart ass shit on commentary where you just know that he's like, you can tell he thinks it's shit. And he said on his podcast over and over again that if he says something is bowling shoe ugly, that's him pretty much, saying this is going to be shit, basically. And I heard him say it the other night. I think it was like Hobbs versus Brian Cage or some shit. I don't know. And he was just like, now this is going to be bowling shoe ugly. And, he's thinking this is going to be bullshit, but But you gotta
Oh, my
love him.
goodness.
He's an old grumpy man. I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is. Moving along, let's go and knock some more of these out. We got the rebrand of NXT, the whatever
Nickelodeon
the hell
edition.
that rip off. Oh my god, man, they're killing me, dude. Like they're killing me so bad. Like, and here's the thing, and everyone knows that I'm so not an AEW mark. Like, I know people might not think that because of my profile picture is literally CM Punk's arms and shit. Like,
no, I've heard you both, shit on
but
AEW.
I just,
Yeah.
man, here lately, WWE is just shoving me so far across that AEW line. It is unfucking real. Like, literally, they copied the rainbow stuff of the paint that Dynamite does. I mean, it's Dynamite, where they throw the damn paint on the symbol.
Yeah.
So it literally looks, but it's colored in the whole symbol of this rainbow looking type artist paint type look, psychedelic 60-ish. I don't know what the hell it is. What the hell they decided to do with this shit? They completely screwed that brand up, the logo up, because that logo that they just had before it with the badass gold, silver, and gold, that shit was.
There was nothing wrong with what they had. Yeah, I agree. That just looks like clip art from WWE 2K.
It really looks like one of some shit that I would see some promo guy out of his free app off his phone would make of one of our filters, would use one of our logos or something, and use it, put a filter on it, and then make it like literally, man, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's garbage.
I definitely actually had one of those paint logos about 7-8 years ago before they did the first Battle Riot. They was rocking one of those paint logos.
Horrible.
I don't know. It's like they're purposely trying to make NXT bad. Does it feel that way to y'all a little bit?
It's not that they're purposely trying to make it bad, but they are just like literally thinking.
It's felt like that since before Karrion Kross left to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It's kind of... And don't get me started on Karrion right now. I ain't got time. Next up, you got NWA. You got Awesome Kong, who retires from NWA. I'm kind of disappointed. Awesome Kong never really, to me, got the opportunities that she should have got. She was a big girl who could move fast for her move set. She was very athletic for her, great worker. I know she had some problems with some of the girls in the back. There was a couple of times that she tied into it with some people, whether it be WWE or when she was in Impact or whatever the case may be, But
she was great in that show, Glow too. I was surprised. I was like, wow, she's a pretty good actress.
She didn't do nothing no worse than some other shit people's pulled and got put back in the locker room and got put in the top spot. If AEW always made me eye roll because they had her come in and then they never did nothing with her.
I know.
I was like, when she showed up, I was
they
like,
had a lot
oh shit, this
all
is
that potential. You had her and even Nyla Rose would have made an interesting matchup in my view. And who else? Hell, anybody. I mean, they didn't really do anything with her. She was matched up with Brandy, and then I think she got hurt, and they never brought her back.
It could be politics.
Britt Baker's been pretty much carrying that division.
That division's a joke, man.
Yeah,
I want to give Britt Baker. I want to give her
bad.
So much credit. I want to give her so much credit, and it's just because, like, there's nothing else there to take away from.
No, this is the first thing you think of, definitely, when you think of the AEW,
like it's literally she is the women's division. It's almost flat boring.
Yeah, she's knocked off everybody. I like Thunder Rosa. I think Thunder Rosa is a potential star.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Next up, you got the CM Punk promo on Wednesday that happened on AEW. That was pretty cool. They did the yes chants. He said, it's not my stick. You're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. He gave you a little bit more tease of Daniel Bryan. So that was pretty cool. I had told everyone in the chat room that for some reason I could just see it in my head. Daniel Bryan coming out and them yes chanting him and him just stop and look at the crowd and go, oh, will you grow up? I could just see him doing that shit, dude, like to a T, like almost the fickle, how he was the fickle Daniel Bryan just a little bit, but not quite that way, but him.
He's great as a face or heel. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I love him as a heel,
either of
man.
y'all notice
Yeah.
Punk's shoes in that promo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
He
coming.
had different initials this
Probably
time.
all
Yep.
out. All
yeah.
out. I
Everybody
would say
was
you
trying
get
to say the
a,
AC was always Chicago. Well, now he had fucking BW on there. Tell me what the hell that had to do with Milwaukee.
yeah. I don't know either.
Unless he's just doing that shit just to screw with us completely, and he don't,
That's a
I've
possibility
actually
too.
heard
Knowing
rumor
him.
that those are the people that he's wanting to face. Those are some of his dream matches during
Yeah.
his return.
Oh yeah.
Next up, we got the big news, the big hot clip that I seen between Kenny and Christian Cage. I can't wait to see that match. That match is going to be fire as hell.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go watch the behind the scenes thing that AEW did about with Kenny and Cage. That storyline is telling itself. Literally, they have went super deep into that storyline, all the way back to the fact where he literally booked Christian Cage, didn't rebook him, and they asked him why, and he said, "I got someone else in mind." He said, and it turns out it's Kenny, but Kenny is 10 years old at the time. Literally, he cut the future Hall of Famer Christian for a 10-year-old Kenny Omega, and that was his future, was Kenny in the IWA.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fucking cool, man. I
Yeah,
love
that's cool.
you got deep-rooted storylines, man.
Right.
I ain't even been interested really in what them two have been doing. I love Christian, but I'm just not a huge Kenny. I'm just never really been huge on Kenny. It's just one of them things. I'm one of them guys. He's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but people put him at the top of the list at number one a lot, and I just never have seen that in Kenny Omega. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, after the show
No,
in
it's a total
Milwaukee, even
package. No,
CM
no.
Punk was singing Christian's praises, saying that, Christian's been slept on by a lot of people, and he's definitely an underestimated
One could even
talent
argue
in the
that
world.
Christian is better than Edge.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Bruce Pritchard
I
says
would.
he's
Christian's
possibly
way
the greatest
better at
worker
selling.
ever.
Yep, he's a workhorse.
He
Yep.
is, man.
Way
He
more
works his ass
versatile.
off. Moving along, we also have the rumor that I seen of the news that they are probably going to book Brock Lesnar as a face in WWE. And I don't know how I feel about this. I wrote a little bit because I literally said that's what they're doing. So what they're doing, fight guys, they're giving you Raw from 3 years ago. They just took the heels and made them faces, and take the faces and made them fucking heels. And if you can't see that, literally 3 years ago, Roman versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, Brock is a heel, Roman is a face. You have Heyman with Brock. All they did was completely swap it and put Brock as the face and put Roman as the heel with Paul Heyman. That they are selling you the same recycled shit, and I refuse to watch right now. I don't give a fuck.
Even Cena was in
They
there.
did just pull almost 3 million viewers, which is the other piece of news that's next on this list. They pulled almost 3 million for SmackDown. That's some impressive ass numbers. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not, but they are selling nothing I want to watch other than the Roman thing. And honestly, I could just watch the pay-per-view and get updated at the little clips before the match. I don't even have to watch the show because they give you all the updated shit right before you watch the match of pay-per-view. So you really don't even have to watch, so
they know not everybody has that kind of time, man. There's no way that you have what is it you have to invest. Well, when Raw goes to 4 hours, you got 4, you got SmackDown
SmackDown go to
2
8.
hours. So you've got 6 hours right there with the main shows. And if you want to watch NXT, that's 8 hours, and nobody's got that time.
Right. Another news, Paige rumored to be coming back. That she would probably not, if she does come back, I don't see her coming back with WWE. Possibly she could be showing up in AEW or Impact. That would be kind of cool, actually. I don't know how well she is. As I said, SmackDown hits 3 million. Also rumored Braun Strowman to Impact along with Buddy Murphy. That is rumored to be going around. I would not mind seeing them in Impact. That actually would fit them two very, very well. Also, Pat tests positive for COVID. That's why he was not at SmackDown on the commentating team. Also, Truth rips Punk about feeling entitled while he was in WWE. That's kind of odd coming from R-Truth. So there might have been some real truth to it. R-Truth is not the kind of shit talk people. And I'm not going to say that CM Punk was probably not young and cocky in those times, but my God, look what he had to do. He was facing up against John Cena trying to be the major pull. So, and it's already rumored that Cena liked to bury people in the back all the time. So I'm sure he was calling anyway. And Punk being the size that Punk is, in the WWE, I totally get CM Punk being a Wolverine and being like entitled as fuck and be like, fuck y'all, I'm carrying you and the hell with you. So moving along, we also got Chelsea Green wins the NWA Women's Championship in NWA. That is just awesome. NXT cuts her. She turns around, goes to NWA Power, and is now going to be a superstar over there. Also, rumor I seen earlier, big rumor, Keith Lee heel flip. WWE in a nutshell. How do we get someone over? We flip them heel. But the thing is, he was already over, and you kind of slowly buried him for us. So, also, AEW paid for, remember the whole story about the Brood entrance and how Mr. Guerrero got screwed out of the whole appearance, and he was pissed off with money and all this kind of thing. AEW actually still paid the man for an appearance he never fucking made.
Wow.
Because he got screwed out of it by the WWE entrance of the Brood. So that right there just goes to show you, if you can't respect that, in some kind of way with what AEW is doing, then you're just being a complete fucking hater, because that's full of shit. Vince would have never paid someone something for them not showing. There ain't no way in hell. That is all the news we have. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to get into our big segment and start breaking down the WWE card. Possibly we're going to try to round out the top of the hour. We're at 27 minutes now. So wherever we get between A and that is where we'll stop. And then we'll pick it back up on the next week's podcast on episode 4. Awesome. Let me find us a cool little break here. Sorry, guys, I have to flip. Here's a good one.
Your winner! Your winner! Your winner! It's every promo fan's favorite saying, and now you too can start your day as a winner with the official RYK coffee mug. The RYK Character Coffee Mug is now available and the perfect addition to your dinnerware. Whether it's a cup of hot joe, a nice microwave mug muffin, or even just holding pencils at your desk, you'll want the RYK Coffee Mug. These 9-ounce mugs will be shipping soon and quantities will be limited. They are available for the shipped price of $10 each, 2 for $15 or 5 for $30. Your winner, you.
To all the revolutionaries and pariahs out there, we have this special announcement for you. Do you wish to hold gold in the revolution in WGP? Are you afraid that your talents aren't good enough? Then, my friends, this offer is for you. Then order yourself the official WGP and Revolution replicas. You can have it all, from the Outbreak Championship, the Havoc Championship, the Tag Team Championships that I'm holding on my shoulder, and not only the Revolution, but also WGP Championship. But ladies and gentlemen, if an official replica title does not tickle your fancy, get your minis. So if you want to be like me and all the other champions out there, join the gold standard today by calling Patrick Shane.
There you see, you can get those coffee cups from Mr. RYK, or you can come on a game show called Hot Tag Wrestling and win you a coffee, RYK coffee cup. All you have to do is come there. We are looking for teams of 3 or 2 to possibly come on and play alone. Just get with Mr. RYK or myself or any admin on the page, and we will try to set you up. We made episode 1 today, and I'm here to tell you it was an awesome show. It went on for about 30 minutes. It was kick ass. It's no other page is doing a game show like this. If you love wrestling,
you got a lot about wrestling trivia. Calm down.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, let's go ahead and. Well, let me find it. Here we go. Hot Topics this is where we sit down and we do a topic of our own. So it's our own little segment. Tonight's segment is booking and breaking down the WWE card roster from top to bottom. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. Basically, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go A through Z. Like I said, we're going to try to get as close to as we can get on this one. Go to WWE.com. And of course, this is not my idea. I actually stole this idea, as I mentioned before, from Mr. Jim himself. If everyone listens to Mr. Jim's podcast, I'm pretty sure. If you do not, you are missing out. Let's see.
Cornette, Cornette.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Cornette.
Yeah. Been listening to him for a while.
Yeah, I love his podcast. He's one of the few wrestling podcasts that I'll recommend to people. That even if you don't like wrestling, listen to him and you will find something to laugh about.
Yes. Yeah, he is hilarious, man. Poor Brian Lass.
Let's see here. I'm trying to pull them up, guys. Give me just a second. Okay, that's not letting me. Y'all keep talking.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Cornette, man, I like to just go back and just watch some of his older stuff, to be honest with you. I love his promos. He's one of my favorite of all time. I don't know. I've got him and Heenan pretty close at my number one, with Heyman somewhat close, but it's either Jim or Brian, excuse me.
Yeah, I would agree because, I mean, they're all three very vocal and wordsmiths in their own right, but they've also got very different styles. Like Heenan was more cocky and arrogant, where Jim was just chewing you out because he loved to chew you out.
Yeah, it's like the female version or the male version of Karen. It's just, you screwed him out of like a dime or something. They're like, sir, it's just a dime. It doesn't matter if it's a damn dime. It's a dime. I mean, yeah. I love Cornette.
I remember growing up watching him beat the hell out of them with the tennis rackets when they wouldn't listen. And I'm like, that's your own tag team, and you whooping their ass.
I was listening to a thing the other day that said that he used to load that thing. He'd put horseshoes in it.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit in it.
He would hit fans with it when fans were trying to get aggressive with him.
Here we go, guys. I've got it up and running. We are at 254 superstars. That is a lot of superstars. Wow. This is how many superstars
before all the releases or after?
Do what?
Is that before the releases or after?
No, this is current right now. What they have, because it's got Brock Lesnar even on here with a ponytail. So,
wow.
Here we go.
Man, Brock.
First one up on our list. I have 3 columns here. You do not have to keep up with it, guys. If you want to, you can. Don't matter. I'm going to write them down for us, all 3, and keep completely track of them. All right. The first one up on the list from WWE UK, you have A Kid. That is literally his name, A Kid. Keep him or fire him? We'll start with Trey.
I am not really familiar with him, to be honest with you. If you're planning on keeping your NXT UK, is that are we keeping the NXT UK brand?
The only we're keep it don't make it down. The only thing we're
Okay.
trying to do is we're all trying to book our own supercard. We're all our own WrestleMania. So it don't matter. It don't
No,
matter. As long as
no,
any of these
then
people, then you can just pick them or you fire them.
he's fired. He's fired.
Trey,
Give me old
besides the
Vince
fire,
McMahon.
how about you, Josh? You keep him or you fire him?
I'm gonna have to say he's fired. The fact that I've never heard from him and that his name is A Kid, I don't see much potential to be on a WrestleMania card.
He looks like your typical small top wrestler with a
Cruiserweight.
beard and half shaved. You could
Mhm.
people, you can Google him later, people, if you'd like to. Next up, you have the phenomenal AJ Styles. Keep him or fire him, Trey.
Keep him.
Mr. AJ goes on Trey's list. Josh, keep him or fire him.
Definitely keep AJ. He's very versatile.
He is going to keep AJ, and I will keep him also. Next up, Adam Pierce. Now, remember, guys, you're going to need a general manager. You're also going to need announcers, and you're also going to need probably like a ring announcer. We can even do that as far as that goes. One manager, though. Let's not get too crazy with it. One set of announcers and one ring guy and one general manager or something. Those all along those lines. So, Adam Pierce, Trey, you going to keep him or fire him?
I'm not a big fan of the authority figure, and he kind of plays. He doesn't play such a heavy role as your typical GM character. So, yeah, I'm going to keep him as my GM character. Yeah.
He's going to go with Adam Pierce. Let me see here. Let me get him down here. Adam Pierce. Make sure I spell his name right. All right, there you go. Mr. Steele, keep him or fire him.
I'm going to fire Adam Pierce. I don't feel like he's enough on either end of the spectrum to really make a difference as a GM. So I feel like we could do better.
I'm going to fire him also. I'm not going to keep him. Next up, Tozawa. Trey, keep him or fire him?
Fire him. Yep. Honestly, if we're going by the way he's been booked, it's just too late. It's too late. He's gone. Fire him.
Mr. Steele.
I will keep Tozawa. I've been a big fan of him since his Dragon Gate days, so I feel like there might be some hope for him yet. He could definitely be mid-carder.
And I will fire him. Next up, Alexa Bliss. Trey, keep her or fire?
The way she moves merchandise, especially now with the doll and everything. Who cares what I think about the gimmick? I've got to keep her. Definitely for fan interest and overall generation of funds on the merchandise side.
For real. Mr. Steele.
Agree with that. Excellent point. We're going to keep Alexa.
I agree also. I think Alexa Bliss, even though I agree with what Trey says, I know at that point you don't really make a damn what I think about the gimmick because I'm not a fan of it, but she will move merchandise. Next up, you have Alicia Taylor. I believe she is an announcer on 205, a ring announcer on 205, if I'm not mistaken, and she has 205 behind her name. I've never heard of her. I'm going to fire her. Mr. Trey.
Yeah, I'll be firing her.
Mr. Steele.
Yeah, she'll be fired.
Next up, Aaliyah, fired from NXT. Mr. Trey.
Fired.
Steele.
Fired.
Right. Alicia, or I'm sorry. I don't know if that's Alicia. I think it's Allison Ashton. It's got a SmackDown name behind her name. I don't know who the fuck is that. Is that an announcer or is that a backstage interviewer? Or
if we don't know who she is, she's fired.
Yeah, I gotta fire her. I don't know who the hell she is.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh my Lord. They got this next one up. It's called A Male. A Male, and I swear it looks like a woman as a male. Has the UK symbol behind her. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Not trying to offend anyone, but I really don't. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I don't know if this is supposed to be a girl, if it's supposed to be a guy. I'm not exactly sure. But as you said, I don't know who she is. He, whatever. I'm on the fire. Mr. Trey.
Fired.
Still.
Fired. because I'm confused at what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture or screenshot later and let y'all look at it.
I don't know if we want to.
Amir Jordan. Don't even have a symbol behind his name. Seems to be black behind him. Don't know who he is. I'm firing.
Fired.
Still.
Fired.
Adrian Chase, 205.
Gone.
Yep.
I agree.
Generally, anybody from 205 is probably going to be gone.
Yeah, same here.
Ever since Buddy Murphy and them have decided to leave the building, there's not much on 205 these days, as far as I know.
No.
Andy Shepard, I've never heard of. Is from the UK. I'm on fire.
Fired.
Yep.
Angel Garza. Trey.
Keep.
Good call, guys. I figured y'all. So
Yeah, he's a great
I
worker.
wouldn't fire him. I think he's a great worker too. I just think they always put him in some bullshit.
Oh yeah, but he's doing the best he can with it. I mean, when he is putting anything.
What made me mad was I really don't think neither one of them wanted to work together, and that was Andrade and him. But after they started working together for a while, they started making magic. Then they split them up. WWE makes no sense.
They split them up way too early.
WWE just doesn't really know how to book luchadors properly. They've got them pigeonholed.
Or Japanese talent you've never really seen, other than maybe Asuka. A lot of Japanese talent that's really gotten super, super over anyways.
Angelo Dawkins, Trey.
From Street Profits.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll keep him around for Street Profits.
Definitely keeping him. Cooking up some greatness.
I'll agree. I'll get around to. Let's see. Dawkins. Moving on. Right. Quarter of a way through, we're almost through the A's here. Apollo Crews.
Actually, my half brother went to school with Apollo, so I've never met Apollo, but I think that's pretty cool, and I think Apollo is an underrated talent, so I'm going to keep Apollo.
Same, Josh.
I'm going to keep Apollo. I hate his gimmick right now. They're ruining him for me.
Yeah, if I kept him, he would definitely get an overhaul gimmick if I'm doing the booking for sure.
Yeah. I might go over the top more on that gimmick, actually. I mean, that's the thing. They just kind of half-ass that gimmick.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing left to do to that gimmick is make him like Prince of Wakanda.
Well, I mean, we can't go. Well, I don't know. Yeah. No, let's just go ahead. Yeah, let's just call him Black Panther. What the hell? I mean,
what the hell? I mean, Asuka, Troy.
Keep.
Definitely keep.
Yep. Yeah, Asuka's a tremendous talent. They kind of make her a little bit goofy, but she's able to get it over as much as she can.
She gets on my fucking nerves, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep her, but yeah, all that damn screaming.
She is a good talent, though. Like in ring, just pure in ring, she's a great talent.
I think they've watered her down so much. She's kind of turned into like a basic John Cena or something. She has like the same 5 moves, the same match over and over. It's
the hit
thing. Still has that look of
but in
credibility,
NXT, I'm saying NXT, that NXT run, man, that was awesome. I liked it. That's when I was a huge fan of Asuka.
Austin Theory.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fire him. I've met Austin Theory. Yeah, I've met him a few times. He's for booking for this WrestleMania coming up. I don't know if it's enough time to really get him in that main event, or not main event. I'm sorry, Mania picture, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on him.
Still.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to pass on him. He's too generic for them to be other talents more far along that's like him already.
What's funny is that I've seen him wrestle at Southern Honor quite a few times, and he's never really generated a lot of crowd interest, which I was kind of shocked when he signed with NXT, because I think he does have the look, and he's not a bad in-ring performer. Mike, yeah, he could use a lot of work on that. But that's just kind of my thoughts on Austin.
Let's see. Next up, let's see. I'm gonna skip a couple of these because, like I said, if we've never heard of them, we're probably not going to book them. We're booking for WrestleMania. By the way, I kept Austin Theory. By the way, next up, Bailey.
I'm keeping her, definitely.
You go keep Karen, the Karen of wrestling.
Yes.
Butterface Bailey is a keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep her too.
She's done great as a heel.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. Even though I'm not a huge fan.
Even though I'm not happy with them squashing Bianca to push Becky's 5-second return.
You taking her still?
Yeah, I'll keep Becky.
Yeah, merchandise and everything wise. I mean, she is a huge star. I've just always never been a super big fan of hers.
She's the female Stone Cold, pretty much, is what the man's booking her as.
Man, I hate that shit. Next up, Beth Phoenix. There went Steel's phone, I bet you. I didn't even see the screen.
It's a run-in. Somebody attacked him from behind.
Beth Phoenix.
Doggo's knocked the phone over. It's all good.
You know, I think Beth Phoenix is actually a pretty good commentator for for NXT or whatever she was doing there for a while. Yeah, I'll keep Beth on the broadcasting team and a possible feud at WrestleMania. I think she brings some value to that. I'll keep her.
So far you got her as I'm gonna put her as a commentator out here beside.
Yeah.
You got Adam Pearce as your GM. How about you, Mr. Steele? Beth Phoenix?
Beth Phoenix. I would not keep her as a talent, but we can keep her around as commentary because I think she does all right on commentary.
Okay, you only get two, so y'all are both using her for one. All right.
Wow. Whoa. Uh-oh.
So I say you only get two commentators. You got to fit her somewhere in here.
I don't. Yeah, no, never mind.
Exactly.
Sorry. I didn't know the rules on that one. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Beth is out for you. All right.
Yeah.
How about you still? You still going to keep her?
I'll keep her as one of the commentary. I mean, who am I going to take? Michael Cole?
Yeah, I got you. I'll find someone else, I promise you. Anyway, Becky, I will not take her. I will pass on her. Next up, let's see. Where was Bianca Belair? I'm definitely keeping Belair.
Yeah, I'll definitely be keeping her. Wait, did you pass on Becky Lynch?
Me?
Or you passed on Beth, right?
Yeah, I passed on Beth.
Okay. Just clearing that up.
Yeah, no, I would not have passed on Lynch. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way they did it, but I'm not going to pass on her.
All right.
Next up, Big E.
I'd definitely be keeping Big E.
Okay.
Great big
keeping Big E, but he's no longer part of the New Day. He's getting separated.
I feel you. He's getting a gimmick makeover. I got him completely. Next up, Blair Davenport from NXT UK. I've watched her a couple of times. She kind of looks like a rip off a Page.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah, all right, cool. Bobby Lashley.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's where I'm going to disappoint people, and I'd fire Bobby. He's 45. He's pretty much our new age Goldberg. There's better positions, people that can fill that position better than Bobby right now.
I'm going to take Bobby because I got an idea for Bobby. Next up, you got Booker T. Sucker! The smack talk.
Fuck his bitter ass. I'm
boy, he is so bitter, and just for that, I'm not taking him because of how bitter he has been lately.
No, now he's gonna try to go do a job at AEW after shitting on him for so long.
After he literally he's talking shit about people going over there and running their mouth about WWE. The guy literally almost did the same thing in TNA. Yeah. He can suck an egg. Still, Booker T.
Fact. Booker T's fired.
Fired. Bye, Booker.
Gotta have fun at House of Glory.
Road, Jack.
You've been fired 3 times. 3 times by this Cold Hard Facts podcast. Next up, Goro Brock Lesnar.
Man Bun Brock is a keeper.
Yes, absolutely. He moves the needle.
He moves the needle. Oh,
He is.
go with the moving of the needles.
Okay, that sounded a little suspect there, Trey. It moved the needle.
Oh, he does move some needles, buddy. That's why he was not allowed to come back to UFC. Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard. I'm going to take
Fired.
Bruce because I need a good guy on commentating. So Bruce is
Bruce Pritchard as a commentator.
You damn right. Have you ever listened to Bruce tell stories? Bruce is great at telling stories. I would love to hear Bruce on commentating.
He's done it before.
Yep. Still, Bruce Pritchard.
He can stay around as the GM. I'll make him my GM. He seems like he would be common sense at that.
Well, he's had that job a couple of times, but he pissed a lot of people off, but he made some people happy. Trey, Bruce Pritchard.
I'll pass on him.
Going to pass on him. All right, here we go. Brian Sexton. Trey.
Pass.
Still.
Fired.
Yeah, fired also. Cameron Grimes. I'm definitely taking Grimes. He is he's pretty entertaining what he wants to be. I know the $1 million, the way the $1 million man story ended was really stupid, but he did great up until that point. It's not his fault. They choked at the end on it. So Trey.
Yeah, sure. I think Grimes would be good on the undercard of WrestleMania. Absolutely.
Still.
Keeping Cameron Grimes. I've been a huge fan of his ever since he was Trevor Lee over in Impact.
Candice LeRae, I'm sorry. Candice LeRae, Mr.
Lady Gargano.
Lady Gargano.
I'm a fan of hers, but I'm going to have to say nope, not on my Mania card.
I agree. I'm not a fan, though.
Yeah, she's fired.
Yeah.
Carmella.
Carmella?
Yep.
Keep Carmella.
Fire. I say fire.
Still wants her.
Yeah, I'll keep Carmella.
All right. Let's see here. Cedric Alexander. That's definitely a keep in my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt.
Cedric going to tear the house down with some people here in a minute.
Do they still have the cruiserweight title?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on NXT now.
Haven't seen it in a while.
It was. I don't know if they're still showing it on there. I think it's like the undercard. It's like the dark shit all the time on there.
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro, definitely
occasionally on the main event.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cesaro. I'll definitely be keeping him.
Yeah, Cesaro can stay.
Let's see. Cesaro. Chad Gable. I'll keep Gable. No, I'm gonna pass on him. I love him he's a great in-ring performer, man, to me, in my opinion, but I just don't know where the fuck I'd put him. I'm gonna pass on him. Trey.
I'll keep him because I'd like to see him and Otis in a big tag team match at Mania.
Well, okay.
Still.
Shorty G's gotta go.
Gotta go.
Shorty G.
Oh, here's going to be a controversial one. Charlotte Flair, fired that bitch. Trey.
Oh, absolutely not. You got to keep her. She is a money maker. She's making you so damn mad right now, and she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She is. I'm keeping Charlotte Flair, no doubt.
Still.
This is where I side with Tommy. I'd fire Charlotte. Not a fan.
God. What is it y'all hate so much about Charlotte?
WWE and that sewer, she couldn't use the Flair name no more. That's how bad I think she does the Legacy Justice.
Commander.
She's an excellent antagonist to the baby face. Well, or you could flip the role, but I think she's better as a heel.
The Commander Ortiz.
No.
Aztez, however the hell you say his name. You know who I'm talking about, though. The damn dude that's got all the damn badges and stuff on him, the medals.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh.
The giant motherfucker. Like, damn.
Can he be booked as just like a manager, I guess?
Yeah.
Or you can only have one manager, though, right?
Have one manager. Only one.
No. I have to pass on him.
Still,
He gone.
I agree. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over this next one. I don't know who Corey Jade is really. Corey Graves. I like Corey Graves, but I won't have to pass him because I already kind of feel like I got a color commentator, and that's what I got Bruce Pritchard for. So
yeah, I'm gonna pass on him.
Still,
yeah, he's gone.
Oh wow! I figured Still would take him since he had Beth as would be her. I would use Beth as my face. Let's see. Dakota Kai is definitely going on my list.
I knew you were going to take her.
Oh man, no, I'm a fan.
Yeah,
man.
definitely. I'll go with that too.
I'll be the odd man out. I'm not
NXT
really a
champion
Dakota
right
Kai
now.
person.
Mm-hmm.
You pass it or
Dakota
take it
can
Still?
go.
You can go. Damian Priest.
Definitely keeper.
Yeah, I would definitely keep Priest. He's pretty over right now. For me, he hasn't really clicked, but I definitely have to have him on my.
He's great talent. They just doing main roster things with NXT.
Right.
With him.
He was.
I love how well he can move for a big, tall guy. Like he's super agile. Yeah. He can walk the ropes.
Punishment Martinez and ROH. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. We're going to take a really quick commercial break, guys. So we can kind of take a breather. We've got a good chunk of this up already. We're at 56 minutes. We're going to come back. We're going to run through some more, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it on up, and then we'll come back to this on episode 4 and hopefully dive into some more. Because as I said, there's 200 and something pieces of talent. When you look at it from this aspect, you have to almost say, I feel a little different now about them firing some of those people because it's like, my God, look at how many people they have. Yeah, look how many people they got, man. I mean, and also
they're getting them just so nobody else could get them.
Right. 100%. All right, let's go. Let's find us a break here. We gotta find a good one. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones.
Well, howdy, folks. A-List Alberson here. It's no secret that I am wildly successful and wealthy beyond comprehension. But the secret is, how did he do that? Well, lucky for you, the secret has been revealed and is for sale in my new book, Living Life on the A-List. Now, this is a step-by-step guide for everything that you need to do to be as rich, famous, maybe even as handsome as A-List Alberson. It walks you step by step through everything you need to do, from borrowing a bunch of money, to flashing all that money around, to selling books about how you made all that money. Now, normally a publication like this will retail for about $379, but just for you today, we're going to give it to you for free. Just pay nominal shipping cost. And when you see what that nominal shipping cost is, keep in mind that gas prices are up and labor is hard to find. We know you're going to enjoy this book so much that we are going to automatically enroll you into the A-List Insider Club, where for just the low price of $49.95 per week, you will get exclusive early access to a tweet that I make about navigating the bumpy roads that come with getting rich, such as how to buy more time from bill collectors, talking back to lawyers on the telephone, and all kinds of odds and ends. By the time you are as famous as A-List Alberson, that $49.95 will be just like buying candy at the store. We'll see you soon.
To secure your copy of Living Life on the A-List, PayPal $80, friends and family, to @A-List-Alberson. Books will ship in 14 to 16 weeks, and billing will begin on the Insider Club immediately.
If you want to see other funny commercials like that, make sure to tune in to Revolution and WGP, where we run those kind of commercial-based things as a joke, as commercials for our promo shows and things of that nature. That's Mr. RYK doing the A-lister character that he does over there. That's funny as hell. where he plays an asshole, rich, snobby asshole, pretty much selling you a book of blank pages there for a very high amount of money. If you listen to that commercial, it's like a down payment of a very high amount of money.
Hey, look, man, that guy could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves. Yeah.
As I said, make sure you catch that game show. Mr. Adam Baum himself was on our game show today, doing
Awesome.
the video question. I thought that was pretty cool. We're not going to be able to promise that every time, but I have reached out to other workers. Hopefully, if someone knows a worker and thinks they might be able to help us out, no matter how big of the star, whether it's an indie performer or whatever, we will gladly work out a deal with them where we will advertise for them in return for them doing a question for us. Mr. Adam Baum today did one. It was a hometown question, where his hometown was. So we have lost Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele had some important stuff that come up. So we are going to go ahead and cut it short on the roster. We did get all the way down to the D. Let's see some of the
still quite a bit left then.
still a pretty good bit of it left. As I scroll down here, it's ridiculous how fucking big it is. And I figured things we would do is we would keep one set of tag titles, one main championship, probably keep a couple of mid cards, championships, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Probably a little bit more strict than I was thinking. We were keeping all the titles, but yeah, definitely.
That's the point, though. You still got to build something out of all of it. It's the point to make it super, super hard for the booking, super hard.
I like it.
Me too. I think it's a great idea. I laughed when Jim and them did it. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for joining along. Also, if you look down there at the bottom, if you like what we do and you would like to donate, every dollar helps. Me and Mr. Patrick Shane do not put the money in our pocket. It goes towards anything from championships to advertisement to anything for the brand, basically. That's basically where it goes. If, like I said, if anybody would like to join any of the game shows, any of the other things that we have going on, don't forget we also have other shows like Behind the Voice, where we sit down with promo stars. We also have 2 bi-weekly promo shows along with a pay-per-view guaranteed every month, where every championship from both of those shows are defended at. It's a co-brand pay-per-view, so it's basically ran like Raw and SmackDown, and with a co-branded pay-per-view every month. So
sweet,
pretty sweet, man, pretty sweet. Let's see.
One last thing I wanted to advertise a little bit on here that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show. I am going out and I'm asking e-fetters from different groups, getting their top 10 list, and I've got quite a bit of lists so far. So I'm going to continue to do that. And once I get that done, I'll be releasing a podcast with your top 50 e-fetters from everybody that I know of. I know there's going to be people that are going to come out of the woodwork. Hey, what about this? You haven't seen this. You haven't got a list from us. And And yeah, you're right. I haven't. But the ones that I've seen and the ones that people are helping me with that I haven't seen, we'll try to get some limelight on them. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm ready for all the hate, man. I'm ready for them just to pour it all over me. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, y'all enjoy your Sunday. Make sure not to stress out through the work week this week, guys.
Right.